I'm going to open this show up today with some numbers like I always do. And it's going to be three numbers today. And they don't belong in the same week, but here they are. Number one, $1.5 billion. That is the value of a company that didn't have a name until yesterday. It doesn't build AI models, though. It exists to make AI actually work inside of real businesses. We are going to spend a lot of time on this one. And it's because there's a huge opportunity for any one of you who's watching who has been using AI. Number two, 443,604. That's how many American jobs have been cut in the first 6 months of this year. 443,600 people. Second worst first half since 2020. And number three, 88%. Research shows nearly 9 out of 10 AI pilots never make it into production. That is 88%. So what happens is the demo works, but the rollout dies. And I got a fourth one for you, and bonus, because today it earned a fourth number, and it is two numbers, and it is two numbers out of one building, 500 and 250. Thomson Reuters is cutting about 500 engineers, announced at a company all hands this past Monday. And in the same breath, they pledged to hire more than 250 new senior engineers. They got a name for exactly who they want. They said AI native. So 500 is out, 250 is in the same building, in the same week. Now, I want you guys to hold on to those numbers. And I want you to hold on to each other, those numbers next to each other. Because we got $1.5 billion flowing in. We have 443,600 jobs flowing out in the same economy, in the same week. And those two numbers, they should not coexist in the traditional sense. If you go back in the past in history, they shouldn't exist. Because as companies grow, as revenues grow, more people are added to these companies. That was the old way. But in today's world, they do exist. And the 88% is the reason why. Companies pay billions for whoever can make the thing work. And that thing is AI. And they swap out whoever that can't. That's the Thomson Reuters memo in one sentence. So here's the thesis for today's show. The AI money just changed directions. It stopped paying for who builds the smartest models, and it started paying for whoever can make the model actually work inside of a real business. That's not a company story, guys. That's a job description. And by the end of today's show, you are going to know if it's yours. And if you've been building inside of the Builder Academy, inside of the Heights Patreon, inside of the Heights community, this is your opportunity. And if you've been watching the show for the last year, we've been talking about this time, and it is now. It is now. I want you guys to type 88 in the chats if you have watched an AI pilot die at your job. Type 443 if that cut number feels personal because you're one of them. Type 500 if that memo could land at your company. This is a long time coming. We've been talking about this moment, and now we are starting to see that signal. And that signal starts today. We've been seeing a signal early on with the whole forward deployed engineers. But now the money is going into who can make it work. That's what this show is going to be about today, guys. And here's the thing, if you are new here, this is what we do every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Central. We read the market, the data behind the market, so you can read your career. This is the Daily Climb. I'm Antoine Wade. Let's look at the data. Now, before we look at the data, this show is absolutely free, okay? And I have one ask of you, and that is absolutely free as well. Hit the like button. And if you are new here, hit the subscribe button. Those things are free, and what it does for the show, it tells YouTube that this show is valuable on the YouTube algorithm. All right. Now let's get into the data, guys. It's going to be a good show. So, yesterday morning, a brand new company introduced itself to the world. It's called Uday. And I don't know if that's the actual name for it, but that's what I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it Uday. All right? Let's call it Uday. That's what we're going to call it right now. Okay? And I'm going to put it up on the screen right now. The actual letters is OD. I can say it Ade, Uday, whatever you want to call it. I'm terrible at pronouncing names. But Anthropic, the lab behind Claude, they built it with two giant investment firms, Blackstone and Hellman and Fried. Hellman and Friedman. So each of the three put in about $300 million. Total valuation at launch, $1.5 billion. And look who else wrote checks for this. Goldman Sachs, General Atlantic, Leonard Green, Apollo, GIC, that is Singapore's sovereign wealth fund, and Sequoia. So that's the smartest money on the planet, all crowded into one door. Now the part that matters for your paycheck, guys. Ade doesn't build models. It's not like some frontier model lab where we're just going to pull out the next large language model or the cheapest large language model. That is not what the company is about. The company is going to be sending senior engineers inside of real companies to make AI actually run there. So it's going to look at the messy data. It's going to look at the old systems. It's going to look at the compliance teams watching every move. That's the job. TechCrunch reported the whole idea started at Blackstone. That's what TechCrunch came back with. The whole idea started at Blackstone. Blackstone manages over $1.3 trillion in assets. They tried big consultants across their companies. They tried little AI shops. One boutique actually delivered a 100-person firm called Fractional AI. So they bought it and built this whole company around that team. Matter of fact, don't take my word on the origin. I want you guys to listen to Blackstone's own president, John Gray, talk about it. Let's go to the business article right here, okay? Let's listen to the video right now. Get this out of the way.
I'm actually going to start on some news this morning because you guys put a press release out just a very short time ago. Anthropic, Blackstone, Hellman and Friedman, Goldman Sachs announcing the formation of a new AI native enterprise services firm that will work with companies to rapidly bring Claude into their core business operations. What is this and why are you doing it?
Well, it really gets at a key gap that exists today. You have these super powerful models that Anthropic has created. And then on the other side, you've got all these companies who want to get this technology into their business. How do I change marketing compliance? How do I change financial reporting? How do I make customer engagement better? And so the question is, how do you bridge that gap? And so what we're doing here with Anthropic and some other leading investment firms is create what you call a deployment company, an AI deployment company that can make that a reality. We've got 275 companies. They're very interested in using Anthropic's enterprise technology, but they're saying, can you help me get there? Can you help me change the workflow? And if you said, what's the biggest issue today with AI, it's this diffusion. How do you take this super powerful technology that a company like Anthropic has and put it into your businesses? I think it'll make a real difference for our companies.
Yeah.
You heard it. You just heard it. How do you take this super powerful AI and infuse it into the businesses to basically get a return on investment? 100 engineers, and more than half of them are former founders, people who have owned a product from the idea to the launch. And they ain't just selling to giants. They are admin in mid-sized companies, okay? They are basically, give me 1 second. I'm getting a call on my phone. Is this from Cam? Okay, I got to figure out what's going on here. I guess you guys can't hear me. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Put it in the chat if you guys can't hear me. Oh, the audio went out for a minute. It sounds like the audio went out for a minute, but it's back. Isn't it back? Are we good here? All right, Big Sug says, go Cam. All right, can you guys hear me? Put it in the chat. Let me make sure you guys can hear me now because I can see the audio going just fine. All right, okay. I'm like, what's going on here? I saw the audio going just fine. Thank you, Cam. I appreciate it. So Cam called me on the Discord. That's one thing that you'll get my attention if you call me on Discord. You definitely will. But guys, they aren't just selling to the enterprise. They aren't just selling to the giants. they are aiming at mid-sized companies as well. So you got Garvin Doyle, who runs forward deployed engineering for Anthropic in the Americas. All right. He said, quote, as mid-sized companies move from experimenting with AI to building it into their operations, they need partners with real implementation depth. Excuse me. I will repeat that. As mid-sized companies move from experimenting with AI to building it into their operations, they need partners with real implementation depth. And the launch materials said something else. This caliber of engineer has been out of reach for most enterprises until now. Elite AI builders used to be locked inside 5 tech giants. Now they're being rented out to companies the size of yours, which means your company's AI project just got real. And so did the seat next to it. Rodney Zemo, he runs Blackstone's operating team. Okay. He said this, or put it like this. Before I even talk about what he said, that is the group at Blackstone that squeezes value out of hundreds of portfolio companies. And I want you guys to understand what he just said. He said, quote, the bottleneck to enterprise AI isn't access to models. It's turning that potential into real business impact. That is the ROI case. That is the efficiency case. That is how do I get my money back after spending all this money? The man who steers $1 trillion of companies just told you guys something. The models aren't the scarce thing. The people who can deploy them are. That sentence is worth more than you know to your career than any other model that releases this year. This is the moment, guys. This is the moment that we all been waiting on. If you've been using Claude, if you've been using Claude for a number of years, if you've been staying up to date on how to use the tools and learning behind the scenes and the engineering behind it and actually creating workflows and use cases and making sure that they actually work, whether it's on your side project or inside the company that you work for today, this is the opportunity. This is the opportunity because companies, as they put AI inside of their tools, they're going to need people to implement them as well. You're going to see even more mergers of positions inside of enterprises. You're going to have sales engineers being consultants. You're going to have salespeople, if they are good and can use the technology, doing the same exact thing. And they're all going to be paid more money. And Chris Taylor, the CEO of Aude, he went ahead and said it plain. He said, quote, it's pretty easy to imagine this as $1 trillion company someday if we execute well. A services firm staffed by people saying it might outvalue the model labs. One more wrinkle here. The same day this venture was first announced back in May, OpenAI announced its own version. And they call theirs the deployment company. So you got 2 rival labs on the same day making the same bet. And when Uday bought Fractional, the company that they just talked about on this clip, that is the team that, at Blackstone, that Blackstone used to implement AI and it actually worked. When they bought Fractional, that team switched sides. They ended an 11-month partnership with OpenAI to do it. When both giants make the identical move at the identical hour, guys, that's not a coincidence. That's the whole industry pointing at the same gap. And remember on Tuesday's show, IBM lost $67 billion of market value in one day for missing this exact shift. IBM has a whole bunch of services folks. They weren't paying attention to leveraging those services folks to do implementations of AI better. That's not what they're focusing on. I bet you they're going to be focusing on it now. One day later, a company launched to sell the fix. One company punished for the gap, another one funded to close it. I want you guys to type ODE in the chat if you have ever watched a great tool die in a pilot at your company. And many of you guys have watched a great tool die in your own closet because you've been vibe coding, but you didn't choose to go out there and sell it. Get the distribution right. Contact the right people. Type it in the chat. Type ODE in the chat. Now, maybe you're thinking that this one is just one company's story. It is not. The receipts came in from 3 directions in the last 24 hours. Direction 1, we're going to talk about United Health, okay? That's what United Health did on yesterday. Let me put it on the screen real quick. United Health, they blew past the estimates on yesterday. Absolutely crushed it. United Health blow past estimates, hiking earnings outlook as it reins in cost. Biggest private insurer in America, $6.38 a share. Wall Street expected 490. Revenue $112 billion for the quarter. Stock jumped about 7% before the market even opened this morning. And they raised their profit outlook for the whole year. Now watch the number inside the number. United is pouring $1.5 billion into AI to streamline operations. $1.5 billion. Who are they going to be bringing in? Some of these same people that we were just talking about. You, if you've been leveraging AI, if you've been using the tool, if you've been solving real problems, if you've been using it to understand the use cases. The exact same figure that Wall Street just hung on Uday, that ain't a coincidence either, guys. That's the going rate for the last mile right now. And listen to their CFO, Wayne DeVayet. He told reporters AI is speeding up prior authorizations and catching fraud and waste. Then he said this: AI tools are not determining whether care is approved or denied. So a company like United Health spending $1.5 billion on AI, leading with the human guardrail. That last part that he said, AI tools are not determining whether care is approved or denied, but it is catching fraud and waste and speeding up prior authorizations. So there's going to be people that's in the loop. There's going to be humans in the loop. Somebody has to do the human doing it. Somebody has to be the human doing the looking over, the oversight. And one more layer in that report, especially if you work in healthcare. United Healthcare served 48.5 million people last quarter. That's down 525,000 members in 3 months. And they expect to lose about 1.1 million Medicare Advantage members this year. Higher prices are covering the exits, and their own CFO said that's not good for the system long term. So the insurer is profitable, but shrinking. And it is shrinking on memberships and automating operations all at once. If you work in claims processing or prior authorizations, that's your weather report, guys. The AI budget, there's aimed at your desk, moving toward you. So you got to make sure that you are going to the oversight side of making sure that the AI and the work that it's doing, you can catch it, you can manage it, because you can't just turn it loose.